Yes, good morning to everyone. Welcome back all of the online class session. So we have been discussing ocean planes since many days, and this is the lecture number. So in the last class, we were discussing about addition of vectors. In that we have completed triangle law of vector addition, right? So after that, here we have the next law, which is parallelogram law of vector addition. So here also the same thing will go on. Just as we have done in the triangle law of vector addition, the same will take place here also. Right. So in triangle law of vector addition, simply we will take the two vectors, right? Another vector is like this, and we will make a triangle. So if this is the vector A, this is the vector B, and the third side will give the resultant of these two vectors, which is R vector is equals to vector A plus vector B. So this already we have done in the class. So the same will take place here also. But in earlier case there was a triangle, but here there is a parallelogram. See, the parallelogram means it looks like this, right? It means this side is parallel to this side. Also that this is the side A. See, the side A is perfectly parallel to the side B, right? And also that this is the side C and this is the side D, and this is also exactly parallel to D. It means suppose if it is having the value of 5, and obviously this side B also will have the value of 5. And here also if it is having 7, it will also have 7, right? It's like a square, right? So the same thing we are going to apply here. See, the name itself indicates that parallelogram law of vector addition. It means vector should be a structure of parallelogram. So that thing we are going to study here. So parallelogram, a structure will be like this. So in that one, many diagonals will be. Diagonals means a straight line, right? A straight line which combines two corners. See here, we are having a one straight line. So this is straight line combining two corners of the parallelogram. And here also you can take, so this is also one straight line which is also combining the two corners, right? So these are the corners. In between these two corners we have one straight line. That straight line itself we call it as the diagonal, right? See here, coming to the second law, which is a parallelogram law of vector addition. See, this law applies when two vectors acting on a same point, right? So this law applies when two vectors acting on a same point. At that time we will use this law, which is parallelogram law of vector addition. Suppose, assume that vectors means what? It is a physical quantity which is having magnitude and as well as direction, right? For example, here consider one wooden block is there, right? This is what? One wooden block. See here, I am giving the example when we are going to use this law, right? See here, one wooden block is there. So assume that two persons are here. One is person P1 is here, one is person P2 is here. So now what he does, he pull this wooden block in this direction. Person P1 is pulling the wooden box in this direction with a force of 5 Newton. ಹೌದ್ರಿ, ಎಳಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು? He wants to have the some amount of force, right? ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅದ? 5 Newton ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ನಿಂದ ತನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ಎಳಿಲಿತ್ತಾನೆ ಯಾವುದು ವುಡನ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅನ್ನ. ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, he is placing in this direction, right? At the same time the person is applying this 5 Newton of force, right? At the same time the person P2 also pull the wooden block in this direction with the same amount of force, which is 5 Newton. ಹೌದ್ರಿ ವುಡನ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅದ one ಈ ಕಡೆ ಜೋಗ್ಲತ್ತಾನ another person ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಜೋಗ್ಲತ್ತಾನ. The question is where it goes, whether it goes towards P1 or P2. So this is the main question, we have to think about that, right? Person P1 is applying the force in this direction and person P2 is applying force in this direction. Now the question is where the wooden block will go, whether it goes to the P1 or P2. See, it neither goes towards P1 nor P2. Simply it will take a straight line. It will go in this direction, right? See, here is what force applying the person P2. Here also the force applying the force by person P2. It means these two what force are the vectors. ಹೌದಾ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ example this law will use when the two vectors acting on the same point. ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅದ ರೀ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೇನು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ. ಅದ್ರ ದಟ್ P2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ F2 ಅಂತ ತಗೋರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ P1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ F1 ಅಂತ ತಗೋರಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಟೂ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್, two vectors, forces are nothing but vectors. Two vectors are acting on the same point, right? Two vectors are acting on the same point here. So at that time we will use this law, right? So what I told, these two are applying the force in their own direction, right? But it is moving in this direction. So at that time force ಏನ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತರಿ F2 ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಲತ್ತನ, ಪರ್ಸನ್ P1 ಏನ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಾನ F1 ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಲತ್ತನ. ಸೊ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಲತ್ತತ್ತು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. Initially the F1 vector is acting in this direction, F2 is acting in this direction, resultant vector is acting in this direction. At that time we have to apply this parallelogram. Simply here you can see here, just I will draw a one parallel line, right? One parallel line, and this is parallel to this side, and again I will draw another parallel line. So now you can see the same structure here, right? The lines are parallel. This is A, this is B. A is parallel to B and C is parallel to D. So this is what we call, as I have told in earlier a discussion, which is the diagonal. Diagonal means what? The line which joins the 2 points, right? As you can see here, this is the initial point, this is the final point. So this straight line is combining the 2 corners or 2 points. So this diagonal will give the resultant vector, right? The same statement I have written here, right? First I will read. See, if two vectors are represented, both in magnitude and direction, right? See here, I have represented vector F1 in this direction and a magnitude of 5 Newton, right? One vector has come. Next, another vector I have represented in this direction and magnitude of 5 Newton. See, the same thing I have written. If two vectors are represented both in magnitude and direction by the two sides of the parallelogram, yes, this is what one side, is the another side. In that two sides I have represented force F1 and force F2 in direction and as well as magnitude, right? Sides of the parallelogram. Then the resultant vector, right? Then the resultant R is nothing but resultant vector represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram, right? So this is what diagonal of the parallelogram. So this will give the resultant of these two vectors, F1 vector and F2 vector. So this is the main theme we have to discuss here, right? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತ್ರಿ? ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್? If two vectors are represented, ಹೌದಾ, ಎರಡು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೀನಿ F1 ಮತ್ತು F2. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ನ, ಒಂದು ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈ ಸೈಡ್, ಹೌದಾ? ಇವೆರಡರದ್ದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಡ್ತದ್ರಿ? ಡಯಾಗನಲ್, ಹೌದಾ? ಇದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಲತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ವುಡನ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್. If it is moving, then we can say that yes, we are getting a some result from this wooden block after applying the some force, right? So now we have got to know that this statement, Next, the same derivation we have to do, right? That is, we have to find out the value of r, right? So just take a screenshot of this statement, then we will go to the derivation, right? Yes, now we will do the analytical method, which is a derivation for the program. See, first what we have to take two vectors. That two vectors should be represented magnitude and direction by the parallelogram, right? So first I will take a one vector. Assume that this is the vector p, right? So another vector I will take a vector q. This is the vector q. So can you tell me that these two vectors are called which vectors? Right, vector p and vector q are called which vectors? See, both are having the common initial point. If the vectors are having the common initial point, those vectors we call it as the co-initial vectors. Why? They are having the one common point or one common origin, right? So now we have taken the two vectors, vector p and vector q, and we have represented direction, right, in this direction, and also magnitude, that is p, and also we have represented the vector q in this direction and having the magnitude q, right? See, now resultant of these two vector will give the diagonal of the parallelogram. It means we have to take a one diagonal, or before that one, first we have to make this as the parallelogram structure. In earlier case we had only two vectors, right, vector a and vector b. In triangle of vector addition, there what we have done, we have made a triangle, right, simply by taking a one line, right? Here also we have to make a parallelogram. Here also we are having two sides. So if you want to make a parallelogram, just take a one parallel line to the p, right? Here I am going to take a one parallel line, right? See, this side is parallel to the this side. So now one side has completed. Next one, another side we have to take, that should be parallel to the this one. So, right, I will take a parallel or line, right? So and also I have said that if it is a p vector, then this is also p vector, because the sides are equal in parallelogram. If it is a p vector, this is also p vector. And coming to this side, if it is a q vector, this is also q vector. And this is the origin o, right, o, and this is the a, right? So another I will take resultant of these two will be represented by which side or which angle? Diagonal, right? So I will take a one diagonal. So diagonal, it is starting from o and reaching to the this corner, right? O A, and here I will write O B, O A, O B, and O C. See, here O A is what? P vector. OB, OC is what? Q vector. Resultant of these two will give what? Right, resultant of these two will give R vector, which is OB is what? R vector, right? So now we have to find out the value of R. See, the same thing is there in triangle. What we have done, the same thing we are going to do here. So here also we have got a triangle, right? So next what we have to do? Next we have to take up a perpendicular line from B which meets to the point D, right? ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೇಮ್ ಅದ ರೀ. ಏನು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ರೀ? ಎರಡು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಪಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ಯೂ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ನ, ಹೌದಾ? ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಳಕ ನೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. O to A ಯಾವುದು? ಪಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. O to C ಯಾವುದು? ಕ್ಯೂ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಡ್ತದ? ಇವೆರಡು ಯಾಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಯಾವ ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಡಯಾಗನಲ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಈಗ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಆರ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವನ್ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. right? So for that 9 materially again I have taken a perpendicular line from B which meets the line D. Why we have to take this one? To apply the Pythagoras theorem. To apply the Pythagoras theorem, the triangle should be right angle triangle. But initially we didn't have the right angle triangle, right? So after drawing a one line, this is what we call right angle triangle. That is ODB. ODB is the right angle triangle. Now we can apply the Pythagoras theorem, right? Right. Consider triangle. Which one? ODB, right? ODB. To this triangle we have to apply the Pythagoras theorem. Consider triangle. Which one? ODB, and apply which theorem? Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem, not prove that, right? So the theorem what says? Square of the hypotenuse, right? See, once again I will draw the structure. This one OBD. See, ODB, right? See, ODB I am taking separate, right? ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, just ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ODB, right? See, ODB in that a triangle, this is what we call, this side is base, right? Base, or you may also call it as the adjacent base, and this is the angle. So this side is what we call BD. This is opposite, right? You might have studied in mathematics, you know very well. So even though you know, once again we will remind all the things which will come in mathematics, right? Base, adjacent, and this is hypotenuse, right? So now here what we have taken, the triangle ODB. To this triangle we are applying the Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem, what it says? Square of hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus opposite square. I think you might have said in your SLC level also, right? So here hypotenuse is which one? OB, right? Side OB is the hypotenuse, right? I will write OB. Square is there, make a square. And next one, a base is what here? OD, right? OD is the base. I'll write OD. Square is there, make a square, plus opposite is which side? DB or BD. So I will write BD square, right? So the next thing is to apply the value of these two, right? OB is what? OB. OB is equal to what? We are having resultant vector, that is R vector. I will write OB vector is equal to what? R vector. Next, apart from that one, we are having the which one? OB. OB we are having R vector, right? So just write in place of OB, I will write R vector square is equals to OD is there. See, OD can be split into 2 points. See, O to D is there, right? O to D, can we write OA plus AD? Again, it is a 10 centimeter. O to A is 7, A to D is 3 centimeter. That means 10 can be written as 7 plus 3. In the same way, OD can be written as OA plus AD. Simple, right? OD can be write as OA plus AD, right? Square is there, you write square plus. Next we are having BD. So BD we don't have the value, just as it is. So BD square, right? Again you write R vector square is equals to OA. Come to this triangle, we have the OA value, O to A. O to A is what? vector P. You write in place of OA vector P. Right. Next, AD we don't have the value. Write as it is. Plus. Next, BD. Can we have the BD value? No. We have to find that value. BD square. See, this is the main equation. Right. This is the main equation in this part. See, we have the OB value R vector. Next, OA value P vector. We don't have the value for AD and BD. So these two have to find out. After finding these two value, then in this equation we will get the final result, which is R vector. Right. So again, to find the AD albertari ADB. Right. AD triangle albertsa ADB. It means we have to consider the triangle ADB. If we consider ADB, we will get the value for AD and as well as the BD. So if you want to find out these two values, again we have to go through the trigonometric function, which is sine, cos and tan theta. Right. So here consider triangle. Which triangle? ADB. Right. Don't consider the whole triangle. We have to get the value for this much only, AD. Right. For that purpose we don't we need not to take the whole triangle. Okay. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ನಮಗೆ AD ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ AD ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ADB ಮೂರೇ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೂರೇ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸೈನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಫಾರ್ AD and as well as the BD. See here what we are doing means we are finding the value for this AD and BD. Right. So consider a triangle, which one? ADB. ADB. Right. ADB. So in that one you take a function. First I will take a sine theta. Right. Sine theta. See here, it is a making an angle theta, and here also it will make an angle theta, and overall angle is alpha. Overall angle means ODB is what? Alpha. Simply OAB is theta. If it is theta, then this angle is also theta. Right. So here in that triangle ADB we have considered sine theta. Right. The same triangle I will take here. That will be easy for you. See that this part I am going to take ADB. Right. See here AD. See, this is the D and B is here. Right. This is the 90 degree and this is the angle making theta. And AD is what? This is what we call base, and this is opposite, and this is hypotenuse. See the same triangle na nanu ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ ಹೌದಾ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ರೈಟ್ ಸೊ ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ we have considered sin theta. Sin theta is equals to what? Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Right. So come to here. Here opposite is which side? Whether AD or DB or BA. Obviously the opposite side is BD or DB. Right. I'll write BD. BD. Next one. Hypotenuse is which one in this triangle? AB. Right. AB is the hypotenuse. And AB value we have here. AB value is how much? Q vector. See, don't get confused here. AB value already we had, which is Q vector. This hang bantri. First ಏನಿತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ Q ಇತ್ತು. ಅದೇ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಲೈನ್ ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದೆವು. ಇದು 7 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು 7 ಇರ್ತದೆ. P ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು P ನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇದು Q ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು Q ನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂತು? ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ರೈಟ್. See here. Value we don't have. That only we have to find out here. D. Right. But we have the value for AB. AB what? Q vector. Q vector. So finally I will write sin theta is equals to what? B divided by Q vector. So namage ಏನು ಬೇಕು? Value for BD. So make BD the subject. If we make BD bring you to the LHS side, it means it q vector sine theta. So now we have got the value for BD. The only thing is to find out the value for AD. By using the which function? First we have used sine theta to get the value for AD. Next we will use the cos function. We will get the value for AD. Right. Again, same triangle. Consider triangle. Which one? This one only. AD. But the function is different. Here is the sine theta and here will be cos theta. So cos theta is equals to, so cos theta value is a base divided by hypotenuse. Base divided by hypotenuse. So come to here. Here base is what? AD. AD is the base. Right. So base is what? AD divided by hypotenuse is again AB. Right. AB. So AD value we don't have. Simply write AD as it is. But we have the value for AB. AB is what? Again Q vector. Again how it has come? By taking a one parallel line, we will get the value a Q. I will write here Q vector. Right. So finally cos theta is equals to AD divided by Q vector. Again here to the which term we have to make as a subject. Right. In earlier case we have made BD as the subject because we need to have the value for BD and we got the value BD is equals to Q sin theta. In the same way here AD is there. BD value ಬಂತು ನಮಗೇನು Q sin theta. Right. I will write here Q sin theta. Q vector sin theta. Next ಏನು ಬೇಕು? AD ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನದ cos theta equal to AD divided by Q vector. It means we have to make AD as the subject. Right. So that's why AD is equal to, again bring Q to the LHS side. It becomes Q vector cos theta. Right. See, these two are quite similar. But the only difference is here we have a function sin theta and here we have a function cos theta. So that is the main difference here. So next step, these two values should be substituted in this equation 1. Right. I will call this is the equation number 2 and this is the equation number 2. See, the same is there and the same derivation is there as we have done in the triangle of vector addition. Right. So take a screenshot. After that we will substitute equation 2 and equation 3 in equation 1 and finally we will get the value for R. Right. Right. Yes. Next step is what? Simply we have to substitute equation 2 and equation 3 in this equation 1. It means substitute the value for BD in this place and substitute the value for AD in this place. We will get the resultant value. So first I will write equation number 1, which is R vector square is there is equals to what? So here R vector square is equals to P vector is there, right, as it is. Next we have the AD value where? Here AD value we have Q vector cos theta and above the term square is there, right square as it is. Next we have the BD value here. BD square is there. So put a bracket. In that what we have to write Q vector. Next what? Sin theta and square is there. Make a square. Right. Here triangle of addition again same right, but again it triangle parallelogram. Right. And here also we are doing a derivation with help of triangle. Triangle is there. Right. Come to here. So again this is in the form of a plus b whole square. In place of a we are having p. A plus b. B value is q cos theta. Whole square is there. A plus b whole square formula is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So apply that formula, you will get. And next q sin theta square is there. You can write easily. So first I will write it is in the form of a square plus b square plus 2ab. So r vector square is there, you write as it is. See here, a plus b whole square, formula is a square. A square in the sense p vector square is there, p vector square plus b square, we have q cos theta, not only q. With q we have another function, that is cos theta, right? Q cos theta is the equal to b. So a square plus b square is q vector square and cos square theta, a square plus b square ಆಯ್ತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೀರಿ 2ab. ಸೊ 2 a ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು p ವೆಕ್ಟರ್, b ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು q cos theta. ಸೊ q ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ cos theta ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ a ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ಅದ a ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಬಂದಾಗಿದ್ದ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು a ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ q vector square into sin square theta, right? So r vector square is equals to, I'll write p vector square as it is. See next, see here, q square cos square theta is there, q square sin square theta is there. Consider these two terms, q square cos square theta and q square sin square theta. Among these two terms, which is the common term we can get? See here also we are having q square and here also we are having q square. Can we take q square as the common among those two terms, which is sin square theta and cos square theta? Is it possible? Of course it is possible, right? So first I will consider these two terms. In these two terms I am going to take a common, which is q square, right? So I will take q vector square. If you take that one, the remaining term will be cos square theta plus sin square theta. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ SLC level ಗೆ ಓದಿರಿ, simple mathematics, just taking the common. So next ಏನು ಉಳಿತ್ರಿ, 2 p vector q vector and cos theta. See r vector square is equals to p square plus q square. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to what? 1. In yesterday class only we have discussed it. That is a main in trigonometry only. This is the main formula. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Whenever you see sin square theta plus cos square theta, you have to substitute, that should be equal to 1, right? And here also we are having cos square theta plus sin square theta. This value is always 1, right? And I have told to make our note, right, which is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, right? Here I will write 1 plus 2 p q cos theta. So finally we will get r vector square is equal to p square plus q square plus 2 p vector q vector cos theta, right? If you remove the square, r vector is equals to p square plus q square 2 p q cos theta. See, this is the main result. See the same value we have got as we have got in the triangle of vector addition. Simply there we had a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, but here we have taken a different letters, which is a p and q, right? So this is what it gives the this gives the magnitude of the parallelogram law of vector addition, right? So next, if you want the direction, which function we have to take? Tan function, right? For taking the tan function, again we have to consider whole triangle, so that we will discuss that one. First you take this much, after that we find the value of tan alpha, which gives the direction of the parallelogram. Yes, again I have drawn the same structure, which is a parallelogram. Simply I have written the result which I have got for BD q sin theta and AD q cos theta, right? So now I will find the direction of the triangle, which is now we have to take the whole triangle, which is ODB, right? In earlier case we have taken only ADB, that gives the magnitude. For the direction, we have to consider ODB, right? ODB having the angle alpha, right? So for direction, a triangle ODB. So in first two cases we have taken sine and cos function. So next for direction we will take the tan function. So tan, if I whether I have to write theta or alpha. See, theta is only this much, OAD. For ODB we are having the angle alpha. Again I am telling you, no need to take alpha only. You can take any letter, that is alpha, beta, gamma, anyone. But I have taken simply alpha. So tan alpha is equals to, so tan function formula is what? Opposite divided by base. See, opposite divided by base. See here, opposite is which? Up to this triangle ODB. Opposite is this one, BD or DB, right? BD divided by base is OD. Again OD is splitting into two terms. OD is equals to O to A one side, next side will be A to D. That is the value for OD, right? First I will write OD, and BD value, we know BD value is just only we have got, that is Q sine theta divided by OD is again splitted into OA and AD. O to A is one term, next A to D is another term. So finally I will write tan alpha is equals to Q sine theta divided by OA. OA is how much? P vector, plus AD is Q cos theta. So this is the main direction. Or simply we can also write by writing alpha only, shift tan to the RHS side. It will take inverse function, tan inverse, whatever things are there we have to write here. So Q sine theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. So this is also right. Just I have shifted a tan to the RHS side. If we shift tan to the RHS side, it becomes inverse function, right? So this completes the second law of vector addition, which is parallelogram law of vector addition. So another one we have polygon law of vector addition, that we will study here. Yes, next this is the last one in addition of vector, which is polygon law of vector addition. So before that one, first we need to know what is meant by polygon. Triangle means you know very well, it is having three sides and three corners, and parallelogram means the two sides are equal and above sides are also equal, that is parallelogram. Next one is polygon. Polygon means what? See, I have written a definition for the polygon. See, polygon is like a one shape. It is like a one shape with straight sides. A polygon is a structure or a shape with straight sides that is fully closed, right? Once again I will read, a structure or shape with straight sides. It means the sides should be straight. That should not be a curve or something like this. That should be sides must be a straight. So those straight sides fully closed. It means all these sides are joined up, right? So here I have taken some sides that the sides are straight line. According to the definition, we have taken some sides. All the sides are straight. And what it says, a shape, all the sides are joined up. Howdri? Ella sides ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? Join ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. All the sides are joined up, or the straight sides fully close ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಎದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ sides ನಿಂದ. Remember that the side should be straight line. Suppose here I have taken some side. So now all the sides should be closed up. So first I will take one side. How many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides are there. By taking all the sides, we have make a one structure that should be a polygon. It means all the sides should be closed up. So one side I have taken 1. So next I will take 2. See, 2. This is also straight line. So next I will take 3 side. See, 3 side. So next I will take this one, 4. Yes, this is 4. Next I will take this one, 5th. Yes, 5th one. Next I will take this one. See, all the sides are closed up. All the sides are closed up and sides are straight line. So this structure we call it as the polygon. A shape with a straight side. Yes, we are having all the sides are straight, and that a straight side should be or fully closed, or all the sides are joined. Plus we have joined one side and another side. It means by taking all the sides we have closed and we have made a one structure shape, that is polygon. In the same way, we have to take the many vectors, right? Many vectors that should be closed. It means that those all the vectors are closed, right? So in that manner, we are going to discuss here, right? Polygon law of vector addition. So in that one, we will take many vectors, not only 2, many vectors we can take, right? See here. First, I will take a vector A. Vector A I will take. Next, another vector should be joined up. See, again we are taking that condition. Head of the vector should be coincidence with the origin of the another vector. Right. So this is the origin of the another vector. That is vector B. Head of the vector A coincides with the origin of the vector B. Again another vector I will take, C. This is also coinciding with the head of the vector B. Vector A, vector B, vector C. And I am closing here all these sides. Vector D. Right. So next, vector E. So how many vectors I have? Vector A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So all vectors I have joined up, not closed. Right. All the vectors I have joined one by another. So now we are discussing here addition of the vectors. So here I will add vector A to the vector B. Next vector A and B is added to the vector C. Next vector A, B, C is added to the vector D. Next vector A, B, C, D added to the vector E. So resultant of these vectors will give the one closed side, which is R vector. Right. See here, all the vectors are joined up. One vector ಈ ತರ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ, ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ದಾಗ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಆರೋಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅದ, ಆರೋಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅದ, ಆರೋಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲದ, ಆರೋ ಹೆಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲದ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಆರೋಡ್ ಏನಾಗ್ಯದ, ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅದ. So this is the main statement here, polygon law of vector addition. See, the statement says like that: if many vectors are represented both in magnitude and direction, right? So here I have represented vector A in this direction, vector B in this direction, and vector C in this direction. All the vectors are represented both in magnitude and direction. Then resultant vector should be drawn in opposite order of the polygon. Right. Resultant vector should be drawn in opposite order. Right. So then we will get the resultant vector. See. Here again you have to make one line from the origin to the point. This one. This is you may O. This is A. This point is B. And again I will join from this point to this OAB, and this is a C, and this is the D, small d. See here, again we have to apply the triangle law of vector addition. OAB is there, triangle OAB, right? Triangle OAB. We have two sides, vector A and vector B. Resultant vector should be OB. So I will write OA is equals to what? Small a. This is the small a. OA vector is equals to vector A. Right. Next, AB is equals to vector B. So for this triangle OAB, resultant side will be OB. See the same thing we have doing, that is in a triangle of vector addition. Simply I have drawn one line to get the resultant of these two. ಇವೆರಡೇ ಇದು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಹೌದಾ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಎ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ ಇದೆ, ಇವೆರಡು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿ we cannot write r is equals to a plus b. That should be in a triangle form. So that's why I have drawn a line from O to B. Now you can see the triangle OAB. It is quite difficult and confusing. So you can do step by step. Clearly you will get understand. Right. Simply taken all the vectors and join it up. Right. And the resultant vector should be opposite order. And after that I have drawn some lines to make a triangle in every situation. So first I have made one triangle OAB. In that one OA is equals to what? A vector. OB is next AB is equals to what? B vector. Next OB will give the resultant vector. OB will give the resultant vector. So ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ next? Triangle of vector addition. So triangle of vector addition ಏನು ಆಗ್ತದೆ? This side OB is equals to AB plus or OA plus AB. OA plus AB. OB resultant vector. ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ resultant vector? R is equals to OA ಏನದ vector A vector B. So this is the resultant vector for this one. It means in place of R, can I write vector A plus vector B? So in a similar way here it becomes vector A plus vector B plus vector C. See here I am writing directly. So next here I will write vector A plus vector B plus vector C. So finally we will get this one, R vector is equals to vector A plus vector B plus vector C plus vector D. How many vectors are there? E vectors. So vector E. See this one I have written directly. Don't get confused. Just you can make a one triangle, then you will get one result. So at that time then it acts as the OBC. At that time it is the resultant vector, that is OA. So you can practice, you will understand, right? So I have written directly. If you have any doubt, then you can ask in the another classroom, that is in app, right? So after this we have discussed. So in the next class I will discuss another concept, right? Until then, thank you.